Hello, I Miss RANJANA Dutta of Graduate School College for Women, Department of Mathematics under Kulhan University, Chaibasa. Today, I am going to lecture on numerical analysis for 5th SEM honors student as well as DSC students. In studying numerical analysis, two things are necessary for studying this chapter. That is operator, the E operator and the delta operator. Without knowing the idea of these two, we cannot go further of this chapter. So I am explaining about E operator and delta operator. Now E operator is if E is operating on a function of x, then E f x will be fx plus h. Secondly, E square fx will be E into E fx, that is E into fx plus h. Again, E operating on fx plus h is fx plus 2h. And similarly, e to the power n fx will be fx plus nh. And similarly, e to the power minus n fx will be fx minus nh. And delta operating on a function of x, that is delta fx, will be fx plus h minus fx. So delta fx can be written as delta fx is equal to fx plus h minus fx. In place of fx plus h, we can write it as E fx. So delta fx is equal to E fx minus fx. So delta fx is equal to E minus 1 fx. So delta is equivalent to E minus 1. For example, E operating on e to the power x is equal to e to the power x plus h. Similarly, E operating on cos x is equal to cos x plus h, not equal to cos x plus h. Similarly, E operating on log x is equal to log within bracket x plus h, not equal to log x plus h separately. Similarly, delta fx we know is equal to fx plus h minus fx. So delta of ex should be equal to e to the power x plus h minus e to the power x. Delta of sin x is equal to sin x plus h minus sin x. Now, we will explain a difference table, how to write a difference table for equal spacing or for equal interval. Suppose x has the values a plus h, a plus 2h, a plus 3h, and so on up to a plus nh. H is the interval. If the first value is a, then the second will be a plus h. Spacing is h. Next is x plus 2h. Similarly, corresponding fx's are fa plus h, fa plus 2h, fa plus 3h, and so on. Lastly, fa plus nh. Last but one will be fa a plus n minus 1h. Now, difference table delta of fx will be fx plus h, that is second value, minus the first value fx. Similarly, delta fx plus h is equal to fa plus 2h minus fa plus h. Third value, delta of fa plus 2h is fa plus 3h minus fa plus 2h. Lastly, delta of f of a plus n minus 1h is equal to fa plus nh minus fa plus n minus 1h, and so on. For example, suppose x has the values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and suppose fx is equal to log x. That means for the first value log 10, log 20, second value is log 20, third value is log 30, fourth value is log 40, and so on. Now, for delta fx, we have to subtract log 20 minus log 10. And whatever with the value comes, we write it as delta of f10. Similarly, if we subtract log 30 from log 20, whatever with the value comes, we will write it as delta of log 20 or f20, and so on. Now, we will explain the difference table for unequal interval or unequal spacing. Suppose x takes the values x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, etc., and that are not equally spaced. And the corresponding fx values are fx0, fx1, fx2, fx3, fx4, and so on. Now, to prepare unequal difference table for unequal interval, we write it as fx1 minus fx0 divided by x1 minus x0, and we call it as fx0x1 or fx1 x0. Both are the same. Now, secondly, fx2 minus fx1 divided by x2 minus x1, we call it as fx1x2 or fx2x1, and so on. For example, if the x takes the values, suppose 35, next 60, next 80, and next 102, we can see the differences are not equal. And suppose if fx is equal to log x, that means we have to write the value of log 35, log 60, log 80, and log 102 from the table or using the calculator. Now, to find the difference table in this case, we subtract log 60 minus log 35 divided by 60 minus 35. And we write it as f3560 or f6035. Secondly, log 80 minus log 60 divided by 80 minus 60, and so on. For the third table, that is delta square fx, we write it as f6080 minus f6035 divided by 80 minus 35. Next, f100 to 80 minus F 80 60 divided by 102 minus 60 and so on. Okay, girls, today this much only. Then we will proceed in the next class about the Newton's advancing difference formula and divided difference formula, Lagrange's formula, so on. Thank you.